What's up guys, this is the Honest Outlaw here, and today we're going to be doing a pretty requested gun review. We're going to be talking about the Taurus PT 140 G2 Millenium. That's a hell of a name, huh? As I said, it's been requested a few times on my channel, probably over 10 I would say, and I had a buddy of mine who wanted me to clean a gun for him, so I told him that I would like to shoot it and review it, and I'll clean it for him for free, so we made a deal there. I got about 200 rounds through it or so. I shot about 100, my wife shot about 100. We did lose some of the footage, or it didn't record, or something went on with the footage of me shooting it, but we do still have the footage of my wife shooting it. So why would you buy this pistol? Well, I would personally buy it for concealed carry. That would be my #1 choice. You could use it for an all-around pistol, but it is a little tiny. It does have an accessory rail, as you see there. But I would say that it's right around the size, slide size of a G26, G27, and the frame size is almost exactly G19, G23. This is a 40 cal, which is different than most of the guns that I review. Again, I don't own this, and I didn't, borrow it for a review. It just kind of happened upon me. I'm not a huge fan of 40 cal, but I'm not dismissing the fact that it works. Just personal preference reasons, really. It holds 10+1 of 40 cal, which is pretty impressive for a pistol this size. As you can see there, I got pretty big hands, but it's still relatively compact. Everything but the grip is relatively compact. The slide is a little fat as well. It is 22 ounces. It's got a polymer frame, two-tone finish, as you can see there. It's got an accessory rail with a loaded chamber indicator, as you can see right there. If you like that kind of thing, it's got one for you. It has the Taurus security system on it, which I could take or leave, I guess, but it's basically what it is a little key there that you put in there, and if you turn it, I think, clockwise, it locks it, and if you turn it counterclockwise, you unlock it, and it doesn't allow you to pull the trigger. I'm not sure if it allows you to run the action. I did not test that. But that's also a feature that this pistol has if you like that kind of thing. The main reason, again, I think that you would pick this pistol up is because of its price point. It's running a little more expensive than your high points at about $250 to $300, depending on where you get it from, which is extremely reasonable. It is a striker-fired semi-automatic pistol. And for me, it had great reliability. That's always the first thing I like to talk about besides, why you would buy the pistol, because I think that's the most important. You wouldn't want a full-size 1911 to pocket carry. You wouldn't want a G42 for competition. So the first thing you need to do is figure out what you want to use it for, then figure out what pistol suits you best for that use. But the second most important category for a semi-automatic pistol, in my opinion, is reliability. And even though this has a track record that's a little bit iffy on the internet, even some other YouTubers had some issues with it, I didn't have any problems. Now, that doesn't mean you won't have problems if you buy yours. Typically with budget pistols, they can be a little iffy, depending on where you get them from, who makes them. But me, I didn't have any issue at all. And that's kind of how I have to judge a pistol, just based on the experiences that I have. I heard SIG mags work with this. The P226 mags work with a 9mm version of this. Again, I didn't test that. I don't have either of those pistols. As far as the grip goes, the grip is really good. That's one thing I wanted to talk about, is the grip texture on this pistol is pretty fantastic. It's really similar to Talon grips, which I really like. If they had this all over the entire grip, I'd have been really, really impressed. But as far as it is, I think it had enough texture just the way it was, and it worked for me. So I really like that about it. The sights are okay, and the trigger is a little weird, I have to admit. I didn't hate it as much as some of the other videos that I saw on it. As you can see there, a lot of take-up. There's a ton of play in it, which is a moderate issue. I mean, you can go all the way back to the trigger guard. It hasn't released yet. And then you get all the way back, and then it breaks right when you hit the frame. So that's pretty far back, and if you have big hands like I have, it can be a bit of an issue. The reset is also a bit of an issue, but other than that, the trigger's fine. It's relatively light. People said it was spongy. I didn't think it was that bad. Relatively crisp. The really good thing about the trigger, that for whatever reason, you can just keep resetting it and keep shooting. You don't have to pull the slide back or anything. Now, I should have checked on why that is, being a gun reviewer, but I didn't. So If you want to know why that is, you can go look it up yourself, but I like it, and the reason why I like that so much is for dry fire practice. You can sit at the wall and aim at a playing card or something like that, you know, an electrical outlet, anything like that, and you can just keep pulling the trigger and getting better and better with your pistol. And I do really recommend, you know, if you want to use snap caps, go right ahead, but I do recommend dry fire practice. It's a cheap way to get really good with your handgun. Another big plus of this pistol is it's really light. As I said before, it's around 21, 22 ounces, which is about the exact weight of the Glock 26, and Glock is pretty famous on the market for having, you know, really good weight. So I like that about it. Even though it's got a bigger grip, it's relatively lightweight. As long as you can conceal that, I don't think you'll have any issue. The issue that you could see maybe with inside the waistband carries, if I quickly compare it to my Glock 43 here, is that it is a little bit fatter for sure, and you will notice that. You might print a little bit more, it might be a little more uncomfortable, but again, ergonomics I consider to be pretty fantastic for a $250 pistol. It feels good in the hand, and it's pretty good looking, so other than the trigger being a little bit spongy and the track record being a little bit iffy, I don't really see any glaring issues with this pistol. Again, it's made by Taurus, and for that you gotta watch out a little bit, but again, I had no problems with it at all. I don't like 40, but someday I might get this pistol in 9mm and do a full detailed review. Maybe so, maybe not. But as far as it goes so far with my experience, I would totally recommend this, and I'd probably give it somewhere between an 8 or a 9 out of 10. If you're thinking about getting this pistol and you don't want to spend more money on maybe a higher quality pistol like an M&P Shield or something like that, I say go for it, man. If you're not going to shoot it much in the range, I don't think you'll have any problems at all. If you like the video, please share it and hit the like button. It really lets me know what videos you guys like and don't like. And if you like the channel and you're not subscribed, please subscribe for future videos. Please help out your local homeless shelters, and remember to recycle. Check you later.
Wow, I am really bad with this.